Roz Abrams is standing by with our live Instacam near the airport runway out at Hartsfield. And Roz, what is the situation?
Dave, it's a very strange kind of vigil that we're holding here near Airstrip 27. We are located behind Hartsfield Airport. We expect the plane to arrive about 12:15. It'll be coming in from the west. We are told it will fly over the fire station, which is in the foreground right now, and behind a grassy knoll. Once the plane is on the ground, we will not know what goes on, but they say for security reasons, we are not allowed any closer. That's about all we can tell you right now. Do you have any questions?
Yes, Roz, what's the makeup of the crowd out there? Are you with all press? Are you with some FAA people? What is the situation?
Okay, we have a few policemen. They are located behind us. We have Clayton County policemen and Fulton County policemen. There is one FAA official. Now, I believe that that area out there beyond the knoll is perhaps teeming with FBI agents and police at this point. We cannot see them, but I don't believe that when this plane lands that they're going into just a deserted airfield, but we'll have to see once it touches down.
All right, Roz, thank you. We will be back. We understand that there is a private Lear type of jet, small executive jet, on the way up from Florida. And again, we understand that there are the machine guns on board that plane. What else there may be? Maybe some sort of an attack unit. We don't know. We'll inform you as soon as that comes in. George Stewart, the man that the hijacker once released, has been removed from the Fulton County Jail. This is evidently the plane right here, and I'm not sure, is this in Atlanta? No, it couldn't be. This is live. This is the plane. It has already landed. Well, George Stewart has been removed from the Fulton County Jail, and we assume he is being held in a secure location. We don't know the location at this point. Stewart, we have learned, is an American Nazi who advocates the extermination of Jews. He and Hannon, the hijacker on board the plane, were arrested in September for the Atlanta robbery of that Fulton National branch. Hannon made bail. Stewart did not. This is the hijacker. This is Thomas Hannon. This photograph, I would imagine, was taken when he was arrested for the robbery of the Fulton National Bank. Here comes another van, as you can see in the left side of your picture, coming down that roadway. I see something else behind it. So I'm learning what's happening along with you at this moment. The advantage of all this live electronic equipment in television, highly dramatic, frightening experience for those people on board the plane. How many men, businessmen in our own city, board those planes every morning to transact business all around the country and the world and expect, hopefully, to be home either that night or within the next couple of days to see their family. There are 11 of those men on board that plane. Their families right now glued to radios and in contact with that airline, frightened to death about what will happen to their husbands and loved ones. It's funny, I was having a conversation with my wife just last night about the fear of flying and the fear of terrorists, and we said, well, we were thinking about a trip to Europe, but with this kind of thing happening to, say, that Lufthansa jetliner, maybe it's not a good idea. And I said, well, you know, someday we're going to be living like that probably in this country. And lo and behold, today, this is the story. There is some motion of a couple of people walking toward that plane, if I'm not mistaken. One person at least standing just outside the nose of that plane, under it, possibly talking up to the pilot and the hijacker. This is the scene at Atlanta Airport at this moment, at Hartsfield Airport. This plane has just come in about 10 minutes ago from Kansas City. There are 15 innocent people on board that plane. The hijacker with a sawed-off shotgun has diverted this plane to Atlanta. He wants some $3 million in cash. He wants the release of a partner in a holdup. The two of them were charged. All roads to and from the Hartsfield Airport have been cordoned off. There will be no traffic in, and there will be no traffic out for a while. The only traffic out, well, we don't know. Will be police, obviously. Deputy police armed with shotguns are in the area.
It's hard to
We have a
understand.
report right now from Roz Abrams on the security around the airport, and we go now to that report.
This This is an example of the kind of security on all the roads leading to and from the runway containing the commandeered Pioneer jet. The men in green are members of the Clayton County Police SWAT team. Of course, they are in battle fatigue. They are carrying machine guns, and it's obvious that they mean business. People coming up and down these roads require special kinds of clearance and special kinds of security. Many of the men have binoculars. They're not only looking across the field, but they're checking the airspace above the airport. In addition to Clayton County Police, they are also getting a terrific amount of backup from the Atlanta Police Department.
Roz Abrams is ready at the airport, and Roz, tell us about it.
Okay, Dave, first of all, we are located near the North Cargo Building, which is near Lockheed, and you should be able to see a very small Learjet located just across the runway from us. Now, let me tell you what the reports are regarding this particular Learjet. We're told that it was flown in through Miami and that it contains FBI agents. Those agents are said to be carrying, these reports have not been confirmed yet, they're said to be carrying 2 pistols, 2 parachutes, and 2 machine guns. But they are said not to be carrying any money whatsoever. It's also important to note, if people are wondering if that plane might perhaps contain sharpshooters or any type of strike force, we are told absolutely not. That the only thing they're supposed to be carrying right now are 2 pistols, 2 parachutes, and 2 machine guns. And those are, of course, a portion of the hijackers' demands. We are not allowed to get anywhere near that plane or the plane containing the hijacked people, but we're going to stand by here, and if there's any movement from the Learjet or the other plane, needless to say, we'll get back with you. Do you have any questions?
Obviously, Roz, we are getting a totally different view of that airplane right now. That is the airplane with the 16 people on board.
Yes. Now, Steve has managed to turn the camera around, and you're seeing it from a different vantage point. We are located near the North Cargo Terminal.
Okay, the picture we were getting for a while, and I'm sure we'll cut back and forth to, was a camera sitting on top of the old airport control tower, and I'm sure long-time Atlantans will remember that tower. Now, this is the FBI plane that has come up from Florida. As you said, Roz, what, there are two handguns, 2 machine guns. Are the parachutes supposed to be there too, Roz?
That's what we're told.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, the unloading process has taken place, or is still taking place, from that small jet to a car on the other side of it. This is happening live out of the Atlanta Hartsfield Airport. All normal programming on 11 Alive is being diverted at this point, obviously, for this developing story that we have been with since noontime. And we will be with it until its conclusion out of the Atlanta airport. So we apologize to some of you who tuned in for regular programming, but we feel this is far more important. Okay, Neil Craig is out there. Neil, where are you and what is happening from your vantage point? Neil Craig.
We're back here atop the terminal building at Hartsfield Airport, and it appears now that some things are starting to happen. We've received reports within the past couple of minutes that an armored car, possibly carrying the demanded ransom, is on the premises. We are searching diligently for that right now, have not been able to spot it. And it appears that traffic at the airport has been resumed once again. There is always a slack period here at Hartsfield, shortly after noon, for about an hour and a half. And the reports that air traffic had been halted by the authorities, that may be the case. It may have just been a slack period in the traffic, but we do see some aircraft rolling again down on the apron here below us, as we're about 11 floors above the runways here. Still, the Frontier jet, as you see, is in the same position. It has been for nearly an hour and a half now. That's the position it assumed when it landed. It has had no direct contact with anybody on the ground. However, we do understand that, and I think Rebecca Chase has been reporting, that there have been negotiations between the plane and the authorities on a radio. There has been no contact. Nobody has physically approached the jet as it sits there several hundred yards south of the cargo terminal, about a quarter mile east of the